Hey, thank you so much for talking with me today. Just so you know what we're doing in a class about critical literacy
Okay.
and talking about how critical literacy is important during an election cycle. So if you wouldn't mind starting off with your name and your profession.
Sabrina Coone, and I am an elected official.
All right. And what is your political affiliation?
I am a Democrat.
So what would you say is your favorite news source and why do you choose them?
I don't know that I necessarily have a favorite. I lean towards articles that come from like AP, like the Associated Press. Um, I don't know. I kind of try to gather things from different news sources. I don't really go to one in particular.
Okay. That kind of feeds into my next question, which was about fact checking your sources. So it seems like you kind of do that.
Yes.
So lateral reading is one of the methods you use. Any other kind of methods of checking your sources?
Um, I don't just take things at face value. So I don't just see something and go, oh, that's the truth. I always will go and say, okay, can that be sourced in different places? And try to go find something that is AP related that relates to the story. So I kind of, instead of saying AP is my favorite news source, I kind of go back to see what the AP has reported on it, if that makes sense.
It completely does. So, social media, how do you feel it contributes to the sharing of information?
I think that there are great aspects to social media and how you can share information because, for instance, when I was running for office, it was wonderful because I was able to get my platform out to a lot of people in a very quick manner. However, I do believe that there are the downfalls of that as well because people can manipulate things. I believe that people can make things look as if they're credible through social media when they're really not. And I believe people will assume, well, so and so shared it on Facebook, so it has to be true. And things they don't go outside of what they see on Facebook to then decide, okay, is that really a credible source or was that, I hate to use the term fake news? And I feel like social media has brought about a lot of armchair quarterbacks where there are people that believe that they have knowledge on a subject when really they're just an armchair quarterback, if that makes sense.
Yes. So, why do you feel that accurate information is important during an election cycle?
Well, I think you run the risk of electing someone who is not fit for a position. And because people can manipulate information, and if you just go with the masses, sometimes you miss that there might be someone who is better fit for a position and it may not match your party. And I feel like we have gotten into this trap of it's right or it's left rather than it's right and accurate information. And I should, I guess, use the word correct and accurate information. And instead of people going and saying, okay, this is an accurate piece of information, and this is what I truly believe, and I don't care which side it belongs to, this is what I want it to line up with. We've gotten away from that. And so if you don't get that accurate information, then you make assumptions based on people's political affiliations. And that oftentimes leads to electing really unfit people to be in office.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me. As we're wrapping up, do you have any last minute tips for people to find credible information or sources?
I think that going to things like the AP and finding other neutral sources because there are other neutral sources out there and being willing to acknowledge that we all do have biases whether we want to believe it or not. We all have them, and be willing to set those aside and look to whichever other side your bias might lean. So for me, I'm a Democrat. I often need to look at the other side to decide, okay, is this information right? Is it true? Is it accurate? and I would wish that other people would do the same. And I think we could find a lot more common ground when we do delve into information and find that neutral ground so that we could find facts and make our decision based on facts.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.